Okay, hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Claire, coming back at you with a brand new YouTube video. So, I told you in my last video, which was a YouTube tag, that I was going to do a story time of why my mom and my older sister don't live with me and what happened throughout my life. So, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and turn on the bell so you don't miss more of my videos. So, if I cried during this, I'm really sorry, but it's just really hard to talk about. Okay, so when I was born, I wouldn't be here right now because if it wasn't for my dad. Because I had the cord wrapped around my neck, and my doctor got his license taken away because he was sitting in the corner with my mom's friend, like her best friend. He was sitting in the corner while she was crying, trying to comfort her, and didn't even notice the cord wrapped around my neck. So my dad decided to pick up the things that they used to cut their umbilical cord around your neck, and he took it and snapped it right before. Like, if he wouldn't have done that right then and there, then I would have not been here. I would have died. And everyone was yelling at him, "She's not breathing, she's purple, she's blue, you need to do something." And so my mom finally reported it to the hospital, and he got his license taken away. And so he retired. When I turned my 7th birthday, my mom decided to leave. So my parents got in this big argument, and my mom and dad agreed on a divorce because they didn't want fighting in the family if it's just gonna continue to happen. So my dad got the divorce papers, and he got the divorce papers, and on my 7th birthday, I just heard them fighting and saying that they were going to get a divorce, and all I had at my birthday parties was my family. Nobody else came because I didn't know anybody at my school. So it was kind of just me and my family having my birthday. But my mom and my dad were in their bedroom fighting while I had my 7th birthday with my sisters. And I have 2 siblings and 2 sisters. I'm the youngest out of my whole family. So we were just hanging out, and it was my 7th birthday, so everybody was happy besides my mom and my dad. I heard my dad crying. I heard my mom crying, sorry. And I heard my dad yelling at her, and I heard my mom yelling back and crying and saying how she is thinking about moving out and leaving. And so at this point, I was kind of scared that she was actually not even kidding. So I kind of figured that she was actually going to do it. So I got scared, and I started going over to my sister crying. And she was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I heard Mommy say she's going to leave me, blah, blah. She was going to leave us. And so my older sister, the one that lives with me, she was 12, and my other sister, hold up, I gotta do math, she was 16. So I went over to my 16-year-old sister at that time, and I said, "Mommy thinks that she wants to leave us." And so I got really scared, and my sister tried to calm me down, and that's what I love about my sisters. They try everything they can to protect me, even if when I'm 18, they'll fly all the way down here to make sure I'm protected. So I got kind of sad, and my mom came out, her face was red, and she had tears running down her cheeks. And I said, and so we were all like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a hug?" And so we all hugged her, and the next morning I woke up, and I heard some like banging around her closet. So I kind of like opened the door, and I peeked. And she was getting a suitcase out of the closet, and she was putting all her clothes in this suitcase. And so I walked around like, "Mom, what are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, but I have to leave. I just can't do this anymore. I just can't. I can't do this anymore. Like, he's too stressful. He's making me stress. And so at this point, I was kind of sad that I wouldn't. At this point, I started crying. My cheeks were red. She's like, "Don't cry, don't cry." And so I was kind of just upset because like I knew that she was leaving. And so I went into my sister's room and I woke both of them up and I said, "Mom's leaving." She packed a suitcase. She's packing a suitcase and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. And so they were like, okay. And then so my older sister, the 16-year-old that was 16 at the time, she went into my mom's room. She's like, "Mom, you cannot leave. You cannot leave right now. Right now. You have to at least wait another year because your youngest daughter just turned 7. Do you really want to leave a day after her birthday?" And my mom started crying and was like, "I'm sorry, I have to. I just can't take any more of his yelling, of his bickering, of his fighting, of his arguing." And so at this point I was sitting in the bathroom just bawling because I didn't want my mom to leave. Like, it was just the number one thing. I didn't want her to leave. So my dad was still sleeping, and so she grabbed the suitcase. My other sister went back to bed, and she grabbed the suitcase and she ran down the stairs, and she had all her stuff in one bag. And so she had she had hugged me, she had given me a kiss, and she walked out the door. And I was like, okay. And she took our dog with her. Like, she took our dog with her. That we just got from the pound. She took like both of our dogs with her. She left like maybe one thing, and she left when I was sitting there at the table. I was like, before she left, I was like, "Mom, please don't go. I don't want you to." And she was like, "I'm sorry, I have to. Like, there's no choice." She walked out the door, and I started bawling, and I kind of like went down to the floor and just started bawling. And my dad finally woke up, and he came downstairs. He's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Mom left. She walked out the door with dogs and blah blah." And I was just kind of sad that my mom left me when I was 7. And so when I turned about 10, she missed my 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and probably gonna miss my 13th birthday. But like, she missed all those years of me turning ages. And so she was like doing that, and she decided that she was moving to Washington. She called my dad. She said, "Hey, tell the girls I'm moving to Washington." And she took my older sister with her. When my older sister turned 18, she said, "I'm gonna go live with Mom. I'm really sorry. It's just the best thing I can do." So she decided to, go live with my mom. My mom bought this house, and she didn't even tell us that she was getting remarried. Like a month after the divorce, she called us on Skype, and she was FaceTiming us, and she said, and I was like, "Where are you?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm getting married." And I was like, "So you didn't even tell us? You just decided that you're gonna get married again? Like, what?" I mean, I don't hate my stepdad. It's just like, he's a military sergeant, so he has rules that I don't like and I can't handle at some points at a time. And so when we went out to my mom's, like, well, I don't know if I was 5 or 6. I think I was 5 when she left me. I don't remember. I think it was 7, but I'm not sure. So, I'll let y'all know if I was capping, but yeah. So she decided to move to Washington, and my sister was like, "I'm sorry, I have to leave y'all. Like, I'm really sorry I have to do this to y'all, but I just feel like I can't live here when I'm 18." And pretty much my sister's dad, the one, she's my half sister because we have the same moms but different dads. So her dad had left her when she was like 6 months old, and he decided to move to Illinois. And so she was like, and so she didn't live with her dad. So my dad usually took care of her. And when she was 6 months old, my dad took care of her. So he felt like he was her dad. So my sister was like, "I'm sorry I have to do this. Like, I feel like a horrible person for leaving y'all, but I'm 18. I have to move out because I can't stay here forever." So at this point, it was just me and my sister Savannah, which I live with now. And it was me, her, and my dad. And so we decided to move. We decided to move to Colorado. Because we were in Arizona. We decided to move to Colorado because we just didn't feel like we could live there anymore because after what happened. So we moved to Canyon City, Colorado, and so like my mom at that point had decided that every other Christmas we would come out there, and every summer we would come out there for 6 weeks. So yeah. And then, we had moved to Colorado, and we had this big house for almost 2 years. And then my dad finally said, he was like, "Do y'all want to move to Texas, or do y'all want to stay here?" And my sister was sad that me and my sister were sad that we were leaving our friends, but it was either Utah, Ohio, or Alaska, or Montana. And we all decided Texas because we didn't really want to live in Alaska because it's cold. But we decided to pick Texas, and we were all fine with having to move to Texas. But I was kind of sad that I had to leave all my friends. So on the last day of school that I was there, I kind of got sad and I started crying. And everybody's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, I have to move away from y'all." And I kind of got all sad, and I was like, "I have to move away." And then all my friends started crying, and the group hugged me. Yeah. And then when we moved to Texas, like in here, I met my friends now, and everything was back to normal. And now my mom is like really mean. Like, I don't even know. Like, when she says she's gonna pay for half of our things that we do, like, I was planning on doing cheer, but I can't do it because I have to go to her house in the summer, and she wasn't gonna pay half of it for me to do cheer. And when my mom says she's gonna pay for something, she never does. And my dad didn't want me to get kicked out of cheerleading because she didn't pay that. So I'm kind of upset with her because she always does that. She always says she's going to do something, but then she forgets or she has an excuse. So I'm kind of upset with her right now just because of that. So, yeah. That's a story time for you. I only cried like a few times, not like bawling, but I teared up a little. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see y'all later.